Hello student, welcome back in abiotic stress tolerance, and it is in the continuation of transgenic plants with beneficial traits. So we will learn today about the stress related with the plants life and abiotic stress tolerance. In the real sense or the real meaning of stress is any undesirable, unwanted or unfavorable environmental conditions which is disliked by the plants, and due to that the productivity, growth and the development of the plants is reduced. This is the simple meaning of the stress. If we are talking about the abiotic stress, it means all those environmental factors or non-living factors which put an impact or effects on the plant's life, their growth, their development, their productivity, crop yield, etc. is called abiotic stresses. Now the question is how the plant face or cope up the sorts of abiotic stress tolerance. So we will discuss about the mechanism or in what way, in spite of this tough environmental condition, plants survive. So already we have discussed about the biotic stresses, so only we will talk about the abiotic stresses. These abiotic stresses are under the subheading of temperature, high temperature or low temperature. Everybody know that there is a optimum temperature is required for the plant's growth and development. Extreme temperature is very harmful for the plant's life. Equally, water, second abiotic stress is the water. If there is very low water in the soil or unavailability of the water for the plant's life, it is also very unhealthy, it is very also injurious. On the other hand, if the concentration of water is at high level, it happens in the situation during the flood, that causes the waterlogged condition. Next, salt, that is called salinity. How much salt is present in a given soil or in a given water. Next, radiation. These radiations are coming from the some of the solar radiations, like some of the rays coming from the sun. Apart from that, these radiations including X-rays, gamma rays, etc. Even the ultraviolet radiation is also very harmful for the plants. So these are the some example of abiotic stresses. Now the abiotic stresses include chilling state of freezing stress, heat stress, weight, that is moisture stress, flood stress, drought stress, salt stress, that already just told previous slide. Now what are the conditions which cause stress in the plant? Just we have told about there are 4 or 5 conditions. Apart from that, it's a little diluted form of that. Water logged and drought, there is a 2 condition in the plant's life. Either the water is deficient, that is called the drought condition, as in the case of the desert soil. Either it is water logging, that is called over flooding of the water, it happened during the rainy season. Excessive soil salinity, excessive soil salinity also is very harmful, because It changes the osmotic valence of the plant's life. Therefore, it is very tough to cope up in this harsh situation of the salt. High and low temperature once again. Now this ozone is definitely destroy the DNA of the plants. So it causes the side effect on the gene expression. Low oxygen, then metabolic activity will be slowed down. Phytotoxic compound, some of the chemical compounds which are present in the plants itself is very harmful due to the lack of mineral deficiency. Mineral deficiency or excess minerals apart from the critical concentration. Critical concentration of the chemical substance or nutrients are that there is a minimum amount of chemical concentration required to promote the growth of the plant. Below to that or above to the critical condition or the critical standard value, the plant's growth will be affected. This abiotic state already I have told you. Now how this abiotic stress create problems in the plant's life. So first of all, this all abiotic, undesirable, unfavorable environmental conditions, either temperature, salinity, cold, freezing, etc., altered the gene expression of the plants. It means the genetic expression of a trait will be altered. If the genetic expression or the gene expression will be changed, then definitely cellular metabolism will be also affected, and then it turns into the less growth in the crop productivity and their development. There are some strategies has been used to cope up the abiotic stress tolerance. So first of all, the classical method, that is the plant breeding efforts. So this plant breeding approach produces a number of abiotic stress tolerance plants, but the plants produced or the seeds produced by applying the plant breeding program did not achieve the success or the stress tolerance capability in the plants as required. So it was little failed. Another strategies which is naturally present in the plant to cope up this abiotic stress tolerance are osmolytes. First number is there is the production of stress related osmolytes. Osmolytes are the chemical substance like sugar, amino acids, mannitol, some proteins, certain amino acids which regulate the osmosis or responsible for the osmoregulation phenomenon in the plant. You must have, you know about the osmosis. Next, some of the chemical compounds which is present in the plant's cell, they work like an anti-freezing agent. So that chemical substance prevent or protect the plant under stress tolerance when it is suffering or when it is facing cold or very low temperature during the winter season. It happens so the productivity of the wheat normally go down because of this lack of the antifreeze proteins in the plants. So whatever all these all things are regulated by the genes. So there are genes responsible to express these compounds, and keeping this, transgenic plants have been developed, and that transgenic plants which have the power to expression of the genes that produce a particular protein, and the proteins thereafter provide power to face abiotic stress in the plants is successfully achieved. A plant in its life of the plant, it suffer or it face a number of factors, and that number of factors just I told you: heat, cold, salinity, mineral deficiency, salinity, drought, etc. But how this plant will cope up? So there are some methods I just told now. Just first I told about the osmolarity. So it is because of the amalgamation of the ions, then some amino acids, some osmotic stresses, all these things directly enter through the plasma membrane, and actually the plasma membrane have porins. Porins are the pores through which these ions are the solutes or osmolytes enter here and there. So as the change in the osmolarity, a signal is created in the plasma membrane, and that signals enter the nucleus. Then the transcription will begins, and as a result of the transcription, whatever the genes are there that express the proteins, and these proteins have two chances: either cell will die or it will be acclimatized, that is it will be adapted in a harsh situation like high temperature, high salt concentration, low water condition. So there is a two condition: either the plant will die or plant will survive gradually by the production of the those genes which produce a particular compounds necessary for the survival of the plants. So this is about the abiotic stress tolerance and adaptation in the plants.